Took me 100 days to get home. January until May, I lived in the hospital. That's a crazy place to live. Talk about not normal. And when I got home, I so wanted to be a normal mom. I wanted to go back to have everything the way it was before I got sick. And there was no way that was going to happen. I could barely walk. I had now an IV pole that came with me everywhere I went. Nurses that came into my house at least twice a day for a couple of weeks, and then at least once a day. I was on TPN, IV nutrition, for 9 months. And I still had this wonderful hole in my belly. It was a hole in my intestine that literally I had to change the dressings on 4 to 12 times a day. There was nothing normal about my life. But I remember one day, Tony trying to rush out the door. And you remember, my mom was probably gone by this time, but he had a 5-year-old, 2.5-year-old, and a baby to try to get off to school. And one day, he was running really late. And so I said, it's okay, calm down. Becca, come here, come over here, Becca. So Becca, my 5-year-old, I asked her to come sit in front of me, because you know I'm a mom, I've done hair before, right? How hard is it to do somebody's hair? So I get my brush out, and I've got the little rubber band, and I'm brushing her hair back into a ponytail, got it so it looks at least decent, put the brush down, grab that rubber band, stick it around my fingers, and I can't open it. My fingers would not move to open it enough to put it in Becca's hair. And as her bangs fell back, my spirits fell. I thought, I'm never going to get there, ever. All the muscles in my hand were so atrophied that the first time they came in for physical therapy, it literally took me 5 minutes to do that. Every muscle in my body had been affected. Needless to say, I couldn't do laundry, I couldn't cook, I couldn't clean. I could do nothing but walk from my bed to the chair to sit up during the day, go to the bathroom, which was always an ordeal when you have so many contraptions around you, and then back to bed. So we had lots of people coming to our house. They would come clean, they would cook, they would do the laundry. One of my good friends said, Chan, I feel like I know you intimately because I know where your husband's underwear goes. Try sitting in a chair and having all these people come into your house and work around you, knowing there was no way you could repay them. There was nothing I could do. Talk about this not good enough thing. I had to stop and look at that. Because no longer was I Jan the wife, Jan the teacher, Jan the friend, Jan the mother, Jan the daughter. I was a patient. I was in a chair doing nothing. And people came. People prayed. People sent love. People sent cards. People came just to hug me. And it wasn't because of what I did. It was because of who I was. How often do we get caught up in this, I have to do something for my worth? It's so not true. You are made in the loving image of our God. There is nothing you need to do to be any different than who you are right now, because you are loved to a depth you cannot even feel and understand from a human perspective. You are so loved, and the pain that you feel in your life is nothing compared to the love that surrounds you. It's up to us to open our eyes and see that. And to know that we are so